How are we, buddy?
We gotta go. How are you, Jim? Looks like it's a big day for Beaver Island today, Jimmy. I'm glad to be here wearing the colors.
Okay, look in here. 1, 2, 3. Awesome. Very nice. Thank you. I see you on Facebook.
Oh, sure.
He is a dog.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
Today, the Chamber is presenting 3 business awards: the Small Business of the Year, the Emerging Entrepreneurs of the Year, and the Business Central Mark of Excellence Entrepreneurial Success Award. We'll begin our program with the 2017 Emerging Entrepreneurs, Nick Barth and Matt Studer, co-founders of Beaver Island Brewing Company. And I gotta tell you, when I found out that we were recognizing beer today, I just was really excited about that. Nick and Matt started out as home brewers. While they were brewing beer, drinking beer, and talking about beer, they were also watching the explosion of craft breweries in Minnesota and throughout the nation. The two friends thought, well, we could do that. But unlike most of us who harbor those thoughts, Nick and Matt took action. And we'll watch the video to hear their story.
Nick had an idea, New Year's resolution, I believe it was, that he wanted to brew beer. And I think the goal was within 12 months of his first brew that he'd sell beer to somebody, whoever that might be. And as we were into brewing, of course, as we're brewing beer and as we're drinking beer and talking about beer and breweries and that sort of thing, we could see that faster than we could brew a batch of beer, that these other breweries, communities and distributorships and other operations were coming into St. Cloud and selling through products so fast. I mean, we were a part of the problem. We were drinking it. And
one night, over the fruits of our labor, we decided St. Cloud needs a brewery and we should put it here.
You know, we wanted to just use the old Bo Diddley space, and when we thought we were going to put a 15-barrel brew house in there, you know, it was a rude awakening when we had to keep knocking down walls. Luckily, those spaces were vacant, and we had the ability to just keep knocking down those walls and keep until we finally had enough space to fit everything that we need. Work that we had to put into demolition and bringing that place back up to what it was just insane. I don't know if I'd do that again the same way, but we did it.
So in 2015, we launched February 4th, 5th, and 6th. It was a 3-day weekend of 10 bars and restaurants. That's where we started. We opened the tap room up a few weeks later on February 21st. Our goals were to do between 500 and 1,000 barrels. We really didn't know what the system was capable of, and more importantly, very naively, we didn't know what the market was capable of. At the end of 2015, we were at 65 bars and restaurants that carried our product, of which about 60-ish, maybe a little lower than that, were in St. Cloud, and we had a handful up in Duluth.
Literally, we would all show up in the morning. We would be brewing beer, kegging beer, cleaning kegs, you know, doing cellar work, that sort of thing. Nick and Kern would get in the Sprinter van, and they'd load it up with kegs, and off to the bars and restaurants they'd go. And at the end of the day, we'd all meet back there, and we'd take our brewing boots off and take our sales shirts off, and we'd put our taproom, outfit on, and we'd be up there, start slinging beers, and we'd be there till 11 o'clock. We were literally zombies for the first 12 months of the operation because we were doing everything.
Growth has been the biggest challenge for us over the last 2 years, and how we continue to hold on to this rocket ship and stop it from crashing into a planet or a star. Over the last 2 years, we've taken ourselves from 784 barrels. Last year we did 1,284 barrels. This year we're projecting to do over 3,600 barrels of beer. So we're growing, we're growing, we're growing. And as we were growing, we knew that packaged products was the next step for our brewery. We had reached our potential in the north with draft, and we needed another point of distribution. And there are more liquor stores in the state than there are bars and restaurants. And velocity at the liquor stores are significantly higher than bars and restaurants. So packaged products was the next step for us. And we knew that in the footprint we had downtown that it wasn't possible, it wasn't feasible to try to can out of that facility. So we knew we needed another option. After some negotiations, we landed out at the St. Cloud Airport Industrial Park, where we bought 4.5 acres and have now built a 10,000 square foot facility with the 24-foot high sidewalls that we were looking for. So this new facility will be primarily focused on canning. In fact, through our projections for the first 8 months, that's all it will do is can beer. Our projections for 2017 are 100% growth, for 18 100% growth, for 19 100% growth, and then finally we start to plateau at 2020. We are a brewery, and we still figure out ways to work with the Boys and Girls Club, District 742, Anna Marie's Alliance, FGHC Active, Boy Scouts of America. We figure out ways to kind of insert ourselves into the community so we're not just taking up space. Justin Michael was looking to raise whatever it was, 100,000 diapers in the course of the month of December. We saw that they had some room to grow, so we inserted ourselves and said, how can we help? What can we do to be a part of this? And the way that we were able to do that was through our pints program. So for every box of diapers that was brought in, we donated to that customer a pint. So it was an incentive for them to give, they got something for it, and it was just a cool experience. When people ask us, how do you think you got where you are today? Luck. A whole bunch of hard work and luck. I mean, that's the reality of it. We were at the right time, at the right place. We knew St. Cloud was ripe for the picking. We knew that it was the place we wanted to put our brewery, and we wanted to put our stamp on it because we were so proud to be from here. And to be able to say that we're from here and this is what we did and we're trying to give back as much as we can, I wake up every morning very proud.
When I watch that, I recall my favorite quotation is that luck is the perfect meeting of preparation and opportunity. So help me welcome the 2017 Emerging Entrepreneurs, Nick Barth and Matt Studer of Beaver Island Brewing Company. At this time, I'd like to introduce Roger Schlepper of Premier Real Estate Services. Roger is the chair of the Chamber's Board of Directors and will present the award from the Chamber of Commerce. Roger?
Thank you, Teresa, and thank you to all of you and welcome to attending this really cool event. And wasn't that an awesome video? And you could just see the and feel the passion that these guys have for what they're doing, so that's really cool. However, there are many things that get left out when you take a business story and whittle it down to a 5-minute video, obviously. For instance, we didn't hear about the support Matt and Nick received from their friends and their families. As Matt explains, we would talk to them about our ideas and passions, and they just kept showing excitement for what we were doing and pushing us to go to the next level. And Nick says, I can't tell you how humbled we are by the community's reception. It says something about Central Minnesota's love for beer, I'm sure. But every time we try something, go out on a limb, we're shocked at the number of people there to support us. We also didn't hear about brewmaster Chris Lum and sales manager Kern Anderson. When Nick and Matt use the word we, they are including Chris and Kern, who have been with them from the beginning. Nick says that when they first started out, he and Kern were, quote, selling and personally delivering every single ounce of liquid that Matt and Chris could produce. Obviously, there's plenty more to tell. Nick and Matt are the cover story of the July issue of Business Central magazine, so be sure to check that out. Okay, so at this time, it is my pleasure to present the 2017 St. Cloud Area Emerging Entrepreneurs Award to Nick Barth and Matt Studer, co-founders of Beaver Island Brewing Company.
So now you want us to say something. It's pretty cool to look across this room and just see just the community, and all these people that, I know a lot of you people, and just community members and pillars, I guess, of this community, and it's pretty cool to be standing up here. So I just want to thank my family, my wife, kids, all of our investors, employees certainly that have put so much time and effort towards this, and Burnix, our distributor, and just, I don't, there's too many people to stand up here and thank, but it's pretty surreal to look at starting with a bunch of buckets and copper coils and stuff like that in the basement to standing up here receiving this award. So thank you all very much.
And just to echo what Matt was saying, the support from everybody, whether it's a community member, a family member, an investor, our builders, whomever it may be, thank you all so much for getting us here, because really without you guys, we'd be drinking alone. So thank you all so much.
Awesome, you guys. Okay, right like that. Okay, we'll do one more, just like that.